What's up, guys? Alright, so the hot ticket this week is everything that's going on with Peterson and his financial issues and him reaching out for help. And then I saw the video that the artist formerly known as Man put out yesterday, which kind of fucked up to kick a guy while he's down, but that's not the point. Alright, so I think what I'm seeing now, this is an opportunity to discuss something that I have been talking to drivers with for the past few months on, in my group chat, in my emails. That's maybe something that hasn't been explored enough in the rideshare world, or on YouTube, shall we say. Maybe a couple channels have talked about it, but not at length, is being financially responsible. While this is, like, if you're in a good market where you can make good money, it seems like those of you who are in smaller markets or whatever, from the outside looking in, you're like, well, that's awesome. Some of these guys are making $1,500 a week for 50 hours. I wish I could do that, you know. But it's like, but some people that are making good money doing this aren't that financial. Like, I wasn't that financially responsible when I first started doing this full time. Like, it's almost like being I would compare it almost like being a stripper or a bartender. It's like it's a cash heavy business where you can make money quick, but if you're not responsible with your money, you will burn through it just as quickly as you got it, or even quicker, you know. Sorry for this. The magnet on this phone is either getting weaker or something, but and that's, never mind the recording either. So like I had to teach myself how to be more financially responsible. I had to teach myself, you know, how to budget better, you know. And I think that's something that a lot of people still just like. Okay, let's go back a little bit. All right, so the ones who do this well in the rideshare game are the ones that treat it like a business. If you treat rideshare like a business, you're going to have more success than the person that treats it like a job. All right, if you're in a major market and you only drive 30, 40 hours, if that's the most you drive, then that's I mean, fine. But if you treat it like a business, if you're self-employed and you're doing 50 to 60 hours or more, and you're managing your expenses and everything like that, you will find more success than the person doing it 40 hours a week. But not everyone has like a business background. Not everyone has taken the time to learn or wants to learn, right? Like me, I do things in extremes, as you guys have noticed. I work in extremes. I play in extremes. But I think in terms of rideshare, it's a growing industry. It really is. Like, for example, my old insurance company contacted me and they told me that they can give me a policy, which they before didn't even have rideshare insurance policies. So they contacted me and said, you know, rideshare's growing, so like we do have certain policies here for you. So it works out. But like 3 years ago, you really couldn't get a rideshare policy from a lot of major insurance companies. But they've accepted that so many more people are taking part of the gig economy, and they're you know, and they don't want to lose these customers, or they want to provide a service to these customers to have their back, right? And there's so many different examples like that. But the gig economy, the sharing economy, it's only getting bigger. The rideshare, you know, rideshare is only going to get bigger. Like, I know there's a lot of changes going on that a lot of drivers won't like, obviously, but rideshare's not going anywhere. It's such a huge business. It's worth billions of dollars across the world. Like, it's not just gonna blink out of existence one day. like I've said before, and I'll say this again, if Lyft and Uber went out of business tomorrow, someone else would pop in to take their place. Whether it would be Google or Apple or Tesla or something, some other company would pop in to fill that void because the customers love rideshare. Every customer I talked to said that they prefer an Uber or a Lyft over a cab any day. That they hate taking cabs because they're just not customer friendly. There is no accountability, less safety. So I mean, the reason rideshare is not going anywhere is because of the customers. The customers love rideshare, right? But I do think there's everything's going on now. It is an opportunity for people to be like, okay, how can I learn from someone else's mistakes and get better myself, right? And I've been telling my drivers in my group chat, because a lot of them, they want to get into newer cars or whatever, or some of them go out and get new cars. And my first question is, when someone gets a new car, I say, how quickly do you plan on paying that thing off, right? Because the car is your biggest asset in the rideshare game. That is your office. It's how you make money, is with the car, right? And some people will choose to just be complete cheapskates and get like 2008 Nissan Sentras that sound like they're falling apart, and they're like, well, I get the same as a 2016 Nissan Sentra, so why would I, why not just get a real fucked up? And it's like, well, you can do that, that's fine, but you still want something reliable that the customers are gonna enjoy, right? You don't want a car that sounds like it's about to fucking die on you. So yeah, whenever someone says, I bought this car or whatever, my first question is, how quickly are you going to pay it off? Because that's another reason why I think so many people hate rideshares, because they got burned. They got they got in when the money was good. They got new cars. They were making minimum payments on these cars, and then before you know it, the car is broken down and they owe way more than it's worth. Like substantially way more than it's worth. And you got burned. Of course, I would hit rideshare too if that happened to me. And I'm not gonna lie, when I first got into this, when I first started doing rides on the weekends, I literally remember thinking to myself, if I just made $400 for, Saturday and Sunday, maybe I could make $1,000 if I got a newer car, or like a Mercedes or BMW or something But I restrained myself because, one, my credit was fucked up back then, and I didn't have money for another car. And thank God, oh my God, my financial situation would be a disaster right now if I did that. But I mean, I see it all the time. I've had people in the group chat have one good week on UberX, and then immediately after they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna hop on Select," thinking they're gonna that they're gonna take the hit on they're gonna take the negative equity on their car, trade it in or trade up for a nicer, bigger car, and I gotta be there. I gotta be the bad guy. I'd be like, "Don't do it. Do not assume you're gonna make $5-6 extra $100 every week just by hopping into a category. I mean, you might once in a while, but that's not reality, and you have to be realistic in this game. And there's also, like I said before, there's no guarantees in this game ever. I could wake up tomorrow and be deactivated for some nonsense, and that's why I think, like I said, financial planning, you have to be smart in this game. You got to be smart with your finances. So when someone says they're thinking about getting a 2016 $40,000 Mercedes or something, I'm like, why? That's kind of one of my rules, is nothing German, right? I just think the reliability of those cars is, I'm also looking at it from a full-timer's perspective. If you want to get if you want to run Select only on the weekends in a major market, then hey, maybe if you really enjoy driving, a 5 Series BMW or an Audi A8 or something like that, then feel free. If you're a full-timer, those cars are an awful choice. Awful choice. But I'm going off track. So this might be a longer video. So in terms of financial planning, like, one of the rules I'm going to put on myself next year is, and this is something I've gone over in my group chat with and people that have emailed me, it's the 10-month rule, right? So unless you buy a car, so if you buy a car, if you can't own that car in 10 months, do not buy it, right? Because in my own opinion, you should not think that your car is going to run perfectly after 200,000 miles. Some cars will, some cars won't. It really depends on how well you take care of them, but the reliability of any car gets really iffy after like 200,000 miles. That's when electrical shit starts breaking down. That's when, you know, just minor components start breaking down pretty easily. Mechanically, yeah, the engine might still be good, but there's way more to a car than just the engine. So if you're a full-time driver and you like doing this, and this is your business, then what you really should do is pay off your car as quickly as you can, and then, God, I hate this. Pay off your car as quickly as you can, and then just stack money, and, you know, and use that towards a house, use that towards other business ventures. Do not treat a car like it's permanent. Cars are not permanent, especially the way we drive them, you know. So you got to be financially responsible. Like, don't get burned. Don't get burned because you've got an ego. Don't think that, like, you know, you know, I deserve to drive a $60,000 car to do Uber X rides. No, you don't. You do not deserve that. Be smart. Be smart with your money. And another thing is, for financial planning, this person cannot drive. Use your turn signal. Another thing for financial planning is, the other things I've talked to my group chat about is, you know, like, what you guys have seen me doing is my first week of the month, which is this week. This has been working out for me really well since I started doing it. I make all of my bill money in the first week of the month, and then the rest of the month, I'm breathing easy. You know, I literally could, if this is my approach in life, if I was going to be like a slacker, I could just work 1 week a month, and I'm like, oh, I'm good. I can just take it easy. I got nothing to worry about. All my bills are paid. No, fuck that. But those of you in major markets, try it out. Try having like one huge week at the first week of the month. Covers all your bills, mine including rent, and every following week you're like, oh, I got all this extra money. I can put this towards, you know, debt, savings. I can put this towards taxes. It's really up to you. It depends on what your goals are. You know, if you're trying to save up 10, 20 grand, you might be able to do that in 5-6 months. You know, on top of being financially stable. Like, so anyone who wants to try that, feel free. Like I said, it's been working for me. If all my bills are paid in the first, when's payday next week? The 5th? No. The 7th? Yeah, the 7th. All my bills on the 7th are paid. That's pretty fucking good. And another thing is, and the last thing I want to talk about, and this is something I told Peterson he's got to stop doing, is stop cashing out your earnings. I think that is literally the biggest, like, crutch drivers have, is they rely on instant pay way too much. If you need $80 a day to operate your rideshare business or whatever, like, and you rely on the cash out, you're in trouble. You're always going to need that money. Always. You're never going to get ahead doing that. If you like, that's why I'm kind of glad they took away the Uber fuel card. Some guys, they couldn't start their day without owing Uber, you know, like, or guys and girls. That's a horrible way to you know, to manage your business, is to owe money at someone else at the beginning of the day. Like, I used to try that. Like, I used to run the card on Monday mornings, but then I'm like, my first 2 trips are going to Uber. I don't like this. You know, like, I barely ever used that food card. I had it, but I barely ever used it. And like instant pay, if I cash out, it's when I'm done on a Sunday, when I'm absolutely done, and I know I'm not going to start driving until 4 a.m. on Monday morning. That's when I cash out. I don't like owing people, you know, and because I don't like paying people back. But no, for real, guys, if you want to manage your money better and you ride your business, then you got to get off that InstaPay. Stop relying on InstaPay. Live lean for 1 week where you don't cash out at all. You know, just stack up your money from the week, make like $700-800, and then whatever bills you got to pay for that week, pay them, and then the next week, like, go through your tally, go over like how much do you spend daily on food, on gas, on all that shit, right? It's like, okay, I need this much to operate my business that week. I'm still sick. I need this much to operate my business 6 days a week. I need to keep that aside, right? Because your expenses are going to look like shh. If you're on an Excel spreadsheet or something, and you, oh god, that sounded awful. I need something. My throat is dry. Sorry. Oh, sorry about that, guys. All right, so let's say you make $200 a day, right? But you're cashing out 3 different times a day. You're cashing out because you need to put $30 worth of gas. You're cashing out because you need a $15 car wash. You're cashing out because you need $20 worth of food. You're cashing out because you're gonna go buy weed. You like, at $200 a day. Guess what? I don't even make that every day. I think Tuesday I didn't even make $200. But I'm just saying though, you're gonna mentally beating yourself up too if you're looking at your expenses. You're like, well, after expenses I only made $80 today. Like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, you got to be smarter with your money. You know, you can control how much you're spending. I mean, we're all gonna need fuel, like, obviously, but you know, don't rely on that InstaPay, guys. You guys, it's like, it's, you know, you're like, it's an addiction. It's almost an addiction. The way some of you are just clinging to the InstaPay. You're just like, can I get that InstaPay now? Come on, I need that InstaPay. Like, no, guys, for real. If you want to run your rideshare business better, don't ever do the InstaPay. I mean, if you, like I said, if this is how you're employed, if this is how you make your money, get off that InstaPay. It's no good. Yeah, and that's really, this video went on way longer than I wanted to. But just to summarize, be smart with the choices you make financially when buying a car. Try to pay off a car as quick as you can. If possible, try to stick to like a 10-month rule where if you can't own it in 10 months, don't even bother buying it. Or 10 or 12 months, honestly. You should try to own a car in less than a year for whatever you. So if you're paying $20,000 for a car, you know, in 10 months, that's $2,000 payment. You know, $2,000 payments for 10 months. So there's the 10-month rule. There's don't cash out. What was my second point? I forgot. I'm a little tired this morning. Well, you guys saw the video. That's all I got for this one, guys. Those of you who have sent Pearson money, I really appreciate it. I know he appreciates it. I'm going to talk with him personally about getting his finances in order. And I mean, because here's the thing, I know a lot of you. I saw the comments. I've been very busy, so don't think I'm ignoring you guys. I saw and read the comments. I understand your frustration, but the reason I feel like I'm willing to help Peterson out is because he's a hard worker. Like, he's not on the couch looking for money. He's a hard worker. He just needs help. And you know, if 100 people, like, he wasn't asking for $10,000. It was, if 100 people donated $8, that's all he needed. I mean, I donated way more than $8. So it's, you know, like I say, and he is a well-liked person in the rideshare community. Probably way more well-liked than me. So he has a voice in the rideshare community that I think is necessary, and if he's not in the rideshare business anymore, then we lose him. We lose his voice, and I don't think that's. I don't think that's a good thing. I think that's, if we lost Peterson as a rideshare YouTuber, that would be a negative blow on the community. So I know everyone's gonna have a varying opinion on this one, but that's life. All right, that's all I got, guys. Sorry for the long video. I'll talk to you guys. I'm gonna make the Uber Pro video later. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.